We have a week 1 slate, all AFC East matchups. Let's talk about the New England Patriots and the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Colby, I must tell you, Richie and I began to preview this game a bit earlier on 4th and Forever. I will save my prediction and save Richie's prediction for once he is ready to discuss this game. But talk to us. What do you anticipate? What do you expect from the New England Patriots as Pete Carroll and the Raiders come to town?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of correlation between both of these teams. Like if you look at the New England Patriots, they're a team that is year 1 of a new regime. The Raiders are in year 1 of a new regime. The New England Patriots have a new head coach that is a former head coach in the league who has found success, but first time with this organization. It's the same thing for Pete Carroll and the Raiders, right? Even in terms of the roster, the Raiders had a lot of roster turnover this offseason. Obviously, the Patriots did too. They turned over more than half of their overall roster compared to the 2024 season. So this for me does feel like a coin toss because I feel like these teams are pretty relatable in a lot of ways. The way that I see week 1 is never who is the best team, right? Week 1 does not dictate what your team is going to look like for the rest of the seasons. Hey, let the New England Patriots be a beautiful example of that. I think we all remember when I think I was the only one last year that predicted week 1 the Patriots would beat the Bengals, and they did so. But did they go on any type of run? No. They had a top 5 pick in the draft, and they ended up only winning 4 games in back-to-back years. So I think what week 1 is ultimately comes down to the team that is 1, the most healthy, but 2, the most prepared. So ultimately, when I look at this team, the Patriots might not have Christian Gonzalez. He hasn't practiced all week. In fact, he went down with a hamstring injury July 28th during training camp practices. Have not seen him since. The fact that he did not practice today does make me worried, but you got to think long-term for this team. September is really an extension of the preseason, something that Bill Belichick was infamous for saying. You got to think about long-term, not just about winning week 1. But I really think it's just going to come down to what team was most prepared and more specifically, what team plays the least ugly football. I'm going to take the New England Patriots 23-17.
Yeah, man, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited for it. I think Geno Smith's debut as a Raider is going to be fun to watch. I think that Pete Carroll's debut with the Raiders is going to be fun to watch. Mike Vrabel, coaching debut for the Patriots. It ain't Drake May's debut, but it's his first time to see what he looks like under a new coaching staff as well. Listen, man, I think that there's a lot of hype around the Patriots, not a lot of hype around the Raiders this year. And I'm thinking to myself, why is that? What do the Patriots have that the Raiders don't when you think about it? You look at the matchups, I mean, put up the roster side by side. The Raiders have 2 weapons on their offense that I think is actual, like, legit weapons to be afraid of. Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. You look at the Patriots offense, they got a quality wide receiver in Stephon Diggs. We'll see if he's able to be 100% healthy and ready to dominate like he was in the Buffalo, which I don't think even Patriots fans are expecting. I just got to see what this Patriots team is made of roster-wise. I got to see Drake May in the system. I got to see Mike Vrabel as a coach before I can pick them in any game. So I'm going to take the Raiders in this one until proven otherwise.
And so Dan, before you go, Richie, you hit on this idea that the New England Patriots are a new team with a lot of new weapons, and so you can't pick them. But the Raiders are also a brand new team. I mean, yeah, like Geno Smith is more of a proven quarterback than Drake May, but we also don't exactly know how he's going to fit in this specific system. Ashton Genty is a rookie, and he showed some good moments in the preseason, but he also showed a lot of moments of struggle also. And you talked about these matchups a little bit, and I'm just trying to wonder, because you kind of compared offense to offense, but offense doesn't play offense. Offense plays defense, and defense plays offense. And when you look at the Patriots defense stacked against their offense, that is a area in which the Patriots actually have the better overall team. Because if you think about it, even if Gonzo doesn't play on this game, you still have Carlton Davis, who is fully healthy and is going to be a full go. He's a veteran cornerback who's played for multiple different organizations, has postseason experience, Super Bowl experience. You can put him on Jacoby Myers and feel confident that he's going to essentially, for the most part, erase him from the game. And then what you do is you put a safety on Brock Bowers with safety help over the top, and ideally that's how you take him away and force rookie Ashton Genty.
With what safety that you just released again?
Jabril Peppers wasn't our starting safety. That's why he was released. I mean,
okay. So that's your answer to stop Brock Bowers?
to stop Brock Bowers. I mean, it's a lot easier said than done, but I think what the Patriots have to do is you treat Brock Bowers as a wide receiver. You don't treat Brock Bowers as a tight end because that's what he is. Brock Bowers is a receiving threat. He's like a Travis Kelce. He's not necessarily like a, I don't know, like a Rob.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying you're saying
Andrews.
Put a safety on Brock Bowers like you have a good safety on your team. That is,
we have proven safeties. Right, like you still have a good, you still have a not a great, but you still have a good safety in Jalen Hawkins.
I'll take Brock Bowers in that matchup.
You have
100%.
Kyle Duggar, and I'm not saying he's not going to make plays, but what I'm saying is that you're double teaming him, and so now when you're double teaming him, he's not going to go off for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And again, for Jacoby Myers, you put Carlton Davis on him. I feel pretty confident about that matchup. Again, what you also have to understand too is that Geno Smith. Yes, he's a veteran quarterback, but he's never worked with these guys live in a game before. And outside of working with Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers, he's only thrown to their wide receiver 2, who's a rookie. I believe his last name is Thornton. He only threw to him once this offseason, and that was in the preseason. So with that being said, it sounds like there's a lot of chemistry that is still trying to be brewed up with the starting offensive pieces and the starting quarterback there for the Raiders.
Okay. First off, the Las Vegas Raiders are a terrible football team. And New England is a much better football team than Las Vegas.
All right, Dan, before you keep going, what makes the Las Vegas Raiders a terrible football team and the Patriots not?
Hey, listen, I let you guys go back and forth for 20 minutes. Please let me give my review on this game.
I just want to ask you that question after that take.
Okay, please hold all questions until the end.
I'm just asking you to expand on that.
Please hold all questions.
Please expand on that take right there. What is the evidence that proves your point, please?
So I end up looking at a game of matchups here. And while it's probably about the same difference in continuity because the Patriots, while they still have some of their core pieces back from last year, they do have a brand new head coach. And the Las Vegas Raiders have a significant issue in the secondary side of things. From what I understand, Christian Gonzalez is still working off to the side. He was not a full participant in practice today. Who knows if he is going to be out there? I don't see Las Vegas coming out with a win. Give me New England. I'd say a relatively low-scoring game. Give me New England 21 and the Las Vegas Raiders 13.
Okay, I'm not buying into. You're bitter. I'm not bitter. It's just the reality of like you saying the Patriots are like way ahead of the Raiders. Like according to what exactly? That's what I'm wondering.
Looking at the personnel matchups, like the Patriots do have the better roster. I'm not saying that they're miles better or anything like that, but even if you look at the holes, like the Raiders have more very clear gaping holes than the New England Patriots have. Like if you want to say that depth at cornerback is more of a question, depth at slot cornerback is more of a question, then okay, these are things that we can certainly start talking about, but they don't have gaping holes like the Raiders do where it's like, dude, you have absolutely no secondary. Outside of Jacoby Myers, you have 0 wide receiver core. Like there are some gaping holes for the Raiders to where, yes, the Patriots in depth scenarios could be better. They're not a perfect team by any idea of the imagination.
Core is better than the Patriots receiving core.
You're saying that the Raiders receiving core is better than Yo, we need to put Richie in timeout.
Give me Jack Beck, who is a rookie stud. Jacoby Myers is better than Stephon Diggs right now.
Hold up.
Amari Cooper, he's washed up. And don't sleep on Dante Thornton Jr. Wait to see what he does as a rook.
You just preached that you are not going to take a team that is new, but you're already saying that a team with a bunch of rookie wide receivers is better than a bunch of proven veteran wide receivers.
Who's proven besides Diggs on your wide receiver room?
Diggs is proven. You know what you're getting from Matt Collins. He had his best statistical seasons in Las Vegas under Josh McDaniels, who is out here in New England.
How did he do?
Bob Douglas was one of the best wide receivers, statistically speaking, in the NFL in getting open against man coverage last year. I mean, what are you talking about? The Patriots wide receiver core isn't great, but it's more proven than the Raiders.
If I was wrong about how the Dolphins season was going to end each and every single year, then sure, maybe you guys would have some sort of leg room to come out and say, oh, Dan just hates the Dolphins for no reason. I've been right every single year that their season blows up in their face. Maybe sometimes I'm wrong at when it happens, but it always happens. This year it's starting week 1. Anyway, Richie, talk. Go ahead.
Listen, man, this is going to be one of those games, and like Colby said so eloquently, the Patriots beat the Bengals last year, week 1.
Yeah.
But it didn't mean nothing.
Nope.
So, the Colts beat the Dolphins week 1. It's not going to mean like, whoa, the Dolphins stink, and the Colts are great. No, week 1's a lie. Week 1's a lie, all right. And it's happening. The Indianapolis Colts are defending their home turf and getting their first win in Week 1 in 10 years. Danny Dimes.
So I feel like the books
Colts are
kind of
home,
have
Colby.
it twisted, right? Because like Richie was alluding to, when you compare all of the position groups, the only question mark for me on this Indianapolis Colts team, surprisingly enough, is indeed their quarterback. It's Daniel Jones. Now, I would like to remind everybody that you are placing Daniel Jones behind one of the best offensive lines in football. It is automatically the best offensive line that he has ever had. He's literally going from the worst to one of the best in the league. A mismatch nightmare. Give me the Indianapolis Colts 35-17.
And so obviously I would love to pick the Colts. And I'm obviously hoping that the Colts do win because that bodes well for my New England Patriots as the division tends to unfold itself. And we're talking about all these matchups, and everything that you guys said obviously was not wrong. The Miami Dolphins shipped off some of their best players. Jalen Ramsey's not here. Johnny Smith isn't here anymore. I think that they're relying on veterans that are either haven't been here in a while or are brand new, some of which haven't played football in a good amount of time. It screams the narrative that they've been building with this team for the last few years. And it's not, let's go out, let's draft good players, let's develop them, let's get players in their prime, but it's we're going to go out and get guys who were once good, and we're just going to pray to God that this organization and this coaching staff can turn it around, get the best out of those players from when they were stars to get some type of bargain deal. That's what this roster feels like. But I'm actually going to roll with the Miami Dolphins in this game. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go 21-24 Miami. Wins by
21.
Week 1.
20. Quality stuff. Let's talk a little. Let's talk a little Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk a little New York Jets. I'm interested in this game. I really am. You have Aaron Rodgers coming back to MetLife after his short, forgettable tenure in New York. I have a brand new head coach over at the New York Jets. Hope is high that the Jets are going to be going in the right direction, and what not a better opportunity than to beat your old quarterback in your brand new stadium or your. Okay, never mind. Colby, what do you got? Talk to me.
Shouldn't we start here with Rich? Give him the floor to explore the game before I obliterate
How
anyone.
rude. How rude. Richie, tell me, what do you think, man? The New York
it's my
Jets
game, dude.
welcoming
My
in
squad.
Aaron Rodgers.
It's
Talk.
media day, Dan. Come on.
We've been having a competition at center between Joe Tippmann and Josh Myers, and no more competition. They're both going to start. Joe Tippmann's going to slide the right guard. Myers will be the starting center. So luckily, the Jets do have depth on the offensive line. It's not like a giant drop-off, but it's definitely a strength that unfortunately is not going to be there. So definitely wanted to start off with that news because it is an absolute big-time blow to the Jets' offensive line. Now, all right, when it comes to this matchup, it's going to be tough for this Jets team to win this football game. There's going to be a lot of emotions. There's going to be a lot of energy that is established within this organization that they're going to try to get off on the right foot and establish a run game early. And if the Jets do not come out of the gate and establish a run game early, it's going to be a long day because Justin Fields is not built to throw the football. This offense is not built to throw it 30 to 35 times a game. I'm a homer, and I will pick my football team to win just because I want them to win really bad. And this is my Super Bowl.
Just don't see the Jets winning this game.
What? Are you kidding me? You're a hater. You don't know ball, dude.
Oh, man. I just realized, like, as I pulled up PFF, it looks like that Jalen Ramsey is the starting free safety. On PFF, that is. It was said that he is likely going to be taking snaps for the Pittsburgh Steelers at safety. But on the depth chart, he is your slot corner. So you ultimately end up having Joey Porter. You're going to have Jalen Ramsey in the slot. Like, you have an incredible defensive line with the Elijah Vera Tucker injury. I think one of those dudes are probably going to eat on that offensive line. Like, that defensive line in Pittsburgh, we never give it enough credit. Give me the Steelers, another relatively low-scoring game, 24, Jets, 14.
All right, look, this one's not going to be close.
Haters.
Okay, we know who the better team is, and I do agree with Richie that I think if you're ever going to beat the Steelers, that week 1 probably is the time. Because again, I think the Steelers have a lot of potential. I think they have a lot of new pieces. But I think to reach their prime, to reach what this team can be, it's going to take a few weeks for them to do so. And obviously this one's not at home for them either, which does hurt them a little bit. But Aaron Rodgers knows this team. Aaron Rodgers knows these players, knows this defense, knows their strengths, knows their weaknesses. And Rodgers is not the physical guy he used to be. We saw it. Richie saw it. But one of the best things about Rodgers, and something that Richie himself pumped his chest to last season, was the mind of Aaron Rodgers, okay? At this point in his career, it might not physically all be there, but what he has is the mentals. I am going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I think they're, the veteran aspect, the better coaching overall from all aspects. They are the better team. I have it going 23-13 Steelers.
All right. Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens, man. We got a team right now that is likely pissed off that we sent them home for the second time in a 3-year basis in the playoffs where it matters. And many people are concerned that Buffalo is going to lose to said team. But I do need to tell you a couple of interesting wrinkles that occurred pertaining to their injury report. Isaiah Likely is not able to play. That sucks from a receiving side of things, but it equally sucks. He is a tremendous run blocker. He is one of their leading contributors into creating so much space for all of their running backs, and that's including Derrick Henry. But on top of that injury report, you also have Patrick Ricard, their starting fullback, is not going to be playing based off of today's injury report. He was out. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that. Let's see. Have Jair Alexander as well, who was first seen at practice today as a limited participant. He is still dealing with a knee injury. Whether or not that he plays, he's not going to be at 100%. So I really like that matchup with Keon Coleman, whether or not he's going up against, of course, Alexander, or whether or not that he's going up against Owuzie, who is next in the depth chart for him. I have Buffalo winning. It's going to be close. I think we're going to be looking at 38-35 type game.
We all know you're taking the Bills, so tell us why.
I really wish this game wasn't week 1. I really, really, really wish it wasn't, because I think this is such a great game with two quarterbacks who year in and year out, it feels like they play at an MVP level. But I mean, both of these offenses were neck and neck. If we're looking at even the quarterback rating, or the passer rating, for each of these quarterbacks, both in Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen in primetime games, it's like Josh Allen is like 104 and Lamar is like 108. They're so close. But if you also look at the Ravens, they're 12-5 in week 1 under Harbaugh. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going to take the Ravens. I'm going to go 28-26, and the field goal wins it. They last second, they get into field goal range, and the rookie kicker gets it and wins just barely.
So the Raiders are whooping that ass on Sunday.
I know it's coming, Dan. I know it's coming.
I thought we had an agreement, my friend. I thought we had an agreement, a backdoor deal, a backstage deal.
See, I knew everything. You glazed the Patriots because you thought you had a deal. That's all right, Dan. Give me your analysis of the Raiders Patriots with this crazy. No more coddling these little baby Patriots. Let's hear your real analysis of that game now.
I still have the Patriots winning. All right, Richie.
Oh, that was good.
Tell me why the Bills are going to lose.
Dude, they're gonna get creamed, dude.
Dude, get out of here.
Listen, man, it's gonna be a great game. I'm happy this is the first matchup of Sunday Night Football. And Dan, I actually made my week 1 predictions TikTok, and this was the one game I forgot to do.
That's awesome.
The comments are like, he forgot Bills Ravens. It's like,
Game of the week.
Oops, I did not mean to do that. Sorry, but yeah. So I think that this game is actually going to be a Buffalo Bills win.